We're back again, and here we are with Drummer Boy, and I took off the other because you saw how we slanted, but what we need to do now is we need to select it. It's already grouped together, and then weld it. Preview, and as you can see, all the letters are touching, and I'm going to zoom in so you can see. Oh, here we got a problem right here on the U. On this side right here, it's not touching. It's very, very important that you always do check to make sure that you have gray in between those letters when you weld, because otherwise you're going to end up with pieces. Now everything else, as you can see, came out perfect. So we need to go back in, take off our preview, and just take that R, use the tilt and straighten it up just a little bit. Oops, it went the wrong way. So that it's going into that U. And I think we've got it. Preview again. And look, now it's gray. See, it's just a matter of touching, tapping in, getting our right letter, and then using the tilt again just to get it just right. Now I went ahead and I've got a second layer on this. Let's take off the preview button. I have a second layer labeled Brother. I'm going to, whoops, get back to layer here. Touch the I, and that'll make the Drummer Boy disappear on the other one. Now what we want to do is we want to bring Brother and make it go all the way down. And it basically works similar. The only thing is you're moving the letters in two directions, two opposite directions. First, I line up my letter because I want to be able to make sure that I have everything just lined up perfectly. So I want to get that in position. So I've got it on my mat, touching both areas right here, as you can see. Now what I want to do is I want to tap on the R. I'm going to bring it down, and notice this time I used caps because it just really looks a little bit better. Now I've got the Brother just touching all the way, and it's overlapped, but I've got it there. But I don't like how much I've got it overlapped, so I'm going to move it down a little bit. And they're lined up pretty straight, and I don't like that because we're using the tilt, remember? So we're going to, oops, I really tilted it too much there. Tilt it just a little bit. Now we'll bring the O down, and you just go through this one at a time and tap them down, move them. Now you're going to use, now over here on the left hand side, you're going to use this key to zoom, the top left silver button if you're right-handed. If you're left-handed, then it's going to be on the opposite side. And then here for panning, okay? So make sure you do that. I'm now panning, moving up a little bit, bringing my T as soon as I select it, whoops, get it selected, bring it down. And this is a slow process. However, you're going to find it is so awesome when you get that title put together. And that's what we're doing, is we're just working on titles this week. So this week I want you making a layout. For all you ladies who don't do too many layouts, you do more cards, well, need to do some layouts too. So make a layout. I mean, if you end up doing a card, that's fine. We would love seeing your work anyway. Now look at this. Doesn't this look kind of funny? It looks a little bit weak here. When you take an H and an O on top of each other and you got a T in there, the T looks kind of small. So we're going to play with this T a little bit. And this is what this is all about, is playing with the letters. I can go back in and go back to the basic key, and I'm going to make this letter, I'm going to put the link back on, and I'm going to make it a little bit larger just so it looks a little, there we go. See how I did that? I made it a little bit larger, and I made it larger all the way around, but you'll never know it. But when it's between, that little T looks so little between the O and the H. So I just altered it. It's lined up perfect. Now I'm going to zoom out. By that, you touch the upper left hand silver button, and I'm just going to bring the the other letters down so that I can do them a little bit easier and line them up. Okay, now I'm going to zoom back in, get my E, R, and we need to tilt that R a little bit. There we go. R and the S. And that S looks little underneath that R, so I'm going to make that letter a little bit larger. So what you've learned today, let's just recap it real quick. You have learned how to tilt, how to change a letter within a title. If it looks funny, change it. That's the beauty of this Gypsy, is you can adjust any size you want. You can adjust up and down, sideways, the width of it. You can change the whole lot of it. You can change one letter within a title. And that's what it's all about, and that's what makes your Gypsy so special. Now let's take a look at that. Isn't that cool? You've got a title now that goes all the way down the side of the page, leaving this wide open to do what you want. Nothing nicer than that. You can do whatever you want with your Gypsy. Now you need to highlight, and it's already grouped, so we need to weld it. And once again, we're going to preview, and I'm going to zoom in so we can see, and look at that. It's perfect. Doesn't that look just too cool? Wonderful. Now the next thing that we're going to, and I'm going to leave this as a short video. The next thing, I will have 3 videos, because I want to do a quick video of how to use your Cricut markers with these titles, because it just makes for an awesome title. So that's the next video that you're going to be able to view, is when you cut this. And before we cut it, we're going to outline it, and then with the Cricut marker, and then we're going to cut it. And I'll show you how to do that with your Gypsy. Thank you much. You have a great day, and we'll see you in a little while. Bye now.